Question 29c. A group of Year 12 students were surveyed. The students were asked whether they live in the city or the country. They were also asked if they have ever water skied. The results are recorded in the table. Part 1. A person is selected at random from the group surveyed. Calculate the probability that the person lives in the city and has never water skied. Now, with two-way tables, especially this kind of two-way tables, this is for non-mutually exclusive events, I like to add up all the rows, add up all the columns and get a total. And this will give us also the total number of people surveyed. So let's add up the first row, 150 plus 2,500, that's 2,650. 70 plus 800 is 870. Now adding up the columns, 150 plus 70 is 220. And 2,500 plus 800 is 3,300. Okay. Now what you should find is that if you add up that last row, okay, in fact 220 plus 3,300, so if you're under exam pressure and you don't trust yourself too much, just use your calculator, add them up, okay, you get 3,520. But also check that the column, the last column, also adds up to the same amount too. 2650 plus 870, you get 3520. So we're happy with that. Now we can answer part 1. A person is selected at random from the group. Calculate the probability that the person lives in the city and has never water skied. Okay, so lives in the city, that's this row, and has never water skied, that's this column. So it's 2,500 of those surveyed. So 2,500 over the total number of people surveyed, which is 3520. Okay. Okay, just enter into that calculator, and the calculator will simplify the fraction for you. So the probability is 125 over 176. Okay, so that was fairly straightforward. Part 2. A newspaper article claimed that Year 12 students who live in the country are more likely to have water skied than those who live in the city. Is this true based on the survey results? Justify your answer with relevant calculations. So what we need to do is compare kind of two subgroups, okay, or the two groups that make up this survey, this sample. So we have the city group and we have the country group. So let's have a look at the city group first. Okay. So the probability that they've water skied, okay, so lives in the city, we have 2,650 people. Okay, so probability that they've water skied. Okay. Okay, go back to the table again, just make sure we're doing the right thing. 2650, that'll be our denominator because that's the number of people that live in the city. 2650, and of those, 150 have water skied. We're going to convert that into a percentage to make comparison easier. Okay, so 150 over 2,650, multiply that by 100, and we get 5.66%. Okay. Okay, and it is actually approximate, so I'm just going to indicate here that it's roughly 5.66%. And what about country? Let's compare that group. The country group. Probability that someone selected, the student selected, that comes from the country and has water skied. Okay, so lives in the country. How many students that live in the country that were surveyed? 870. So that'll be our denominator, 870. Of those 870, 70 have indicated that they've water skied. So it'll be 70 over 870. We're going to multiply that by 100 to convert it into a percentage. And we'll just round it to 2 decimal places. So that symbol just means approximately equal to. You might have seen a squiggle like that as well. Okay, it means the same thing. So 70, okay, over 870, multiply that by 100. And we get 8.05%, roughly 8.05%. So the probability for country students is higher than for city students. Therefore, newspaper claim is correct. Anything to that effect or to that wording should suffice.